Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power? Feel the power of double XI on internet television.
Watch the news lately, I can see the hearts breaking. The world's going crazy. Enough is enough. Mothers and fathers losing sons and daughters, senseless tragedies. But I believe we will rise up, take a stand, never give up. We'll never break, never lose hope. See, I believe better days are ahead of us. So wipe your tears, hold your head up. Cause at the end of the tunnel, peeking through the darkness, I can see the morning. We will rise. We will rise. Yeah. We gon' shine. We gon' shine through the darkness. Our nation, there's no compassion. So tell me, where's the love? Social injustice, secret motives.
Hi everyone, this is Lekeisha with the Lekeisha Mosley Show, and I am excited and I'm having a good time with these beautiful people that are right next to me. Listen, I have some gifts here. Divine Annapolis is here with me today, and I also have Leroy here with me, Alan, and he has an amazing Institute of Leadership, and we're out here having a good time, just having a conversation, just talking and beginning to talk about just our avenues in ministry and what God has for us. One thing that I have researched and I had to understand, just really understanding to trust God and to take that leap of faith. I feel like all of you have done that, and it is scary. I'm transparent on my show, just as far as how scary it is to take that leap of faith and to really trust Him on the next part of our lives. Yes. And I feel that's what you do. I want you to let me know just really how taking a leap of faith has blessed you, and honestly, how it scared you. And let's talk about those moments, because a lot of people, some people are in the moment of the happy part of taking the leap of faith, but some people are in a scared moment. Mm-hmm. So let's be transparent. Let's talk about both of those moments and, let someone else know that they're not alone.
Well, when you're in ministry, whatever you're doing, whether you are a pastor or you're a part of a group, whatever the case may be, there's a lot of sacrificing that has to be done. Financially, you have to sacrifice. Physically, you have to be present. Sometimes when you're sleeping, you're tired, you just have to continue to go forward because you don't know how you're going to bless the next person just by your presence and then doing what God has called and anointed and chosen you to do. Even if you have to miss a bill, I'm a witness where I had to put money into the ministry in order for the ministry to go forward, because nothing belongs to us. We might have a job and we might work and get money from our job, but it still doesn't belong to us. And it belongs to God. First and foremost, ministry is what's going to take us to the next step in God, and what's going to take us to the next step. And wherever God is taking us, we have to put our all into it. And not only is it money, we have to sacrifice time. We have to sacrifice sleeping schedules, because I love to get my beauty rest. And sometimes you have to stay up late nights. You have to spend time away from your friends and your family to do what God has commissioned you to do. And it's not always easy. It is scary, because life, can seem like it's passing you by, but really it isn't. When you're walking with God and you're doing what He has chosen you to do, He's able to add those things. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all His righteousness, and everything else that you desire and that you seek, He will add to you. But you have to first, you got to do the work. You got to do the seeking. You got to seek God in everything that you do and everything that you say. And when you put God first in the ministry, what you think you're losing, God is actually allowing you to gain.
Wow, you just ministered right there. Listen, I know we're receiving nuggets right there. A lot of times that is a different perspective, A lot of times we have the deep, dark, and ugly, but it really is shaping us, sharpening iron, and really cutting and burning off all of the bad areas, all the areas that really are holding us back. Leroy, do you feel that, all the areas that, kind of are there and it holds us back moving forward?
I do. There is a place or a time and a place and a season for everything, I believe. And there is a place, or there was a place one time in my life where simply doors was just shut in my face over and over and over again. And with that, obviously, there comes some discouragement with that. But then at the same time, you fall into a place of submission where you look to God and say, God, well, if this is the way it's going to be, what is my tomorrow going to look like in that regard? And whenever you're going through something where you have to, FaceTime not as in, social media, but FaceTime to really what's really important, or you will come to some very defining moments in that. And those defining moments don't lie. There's a time, as I said, where you have to look in the mirror and say, this is what it is, and this is what I got to work with. Some may even say this is the hand that I was dealt. But then at the same time, it's really not even the hand that you was dealt. It's a part of the purpose. God controls the purpose. You control the destiny, but God controls your purpose in that regard. And so if you have to, go through a certain, road in order to get there, that's the road that has to be taken in that regard. And it's something that just simply can't be denied. But then I also understand that just because you have problems or challenges, they didn't come to define you. They came to refine you. A friend of mine says, everybody want to be a diamond, but nobody want to get cut.
Huh?
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So everybody don't want to be cut, but you gonna get cut. You're going to get cut one way or another. You're going to get cut. Life going to cut you. People going to trip with you, trip without you, and that's just the way it is. Like I said, sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes almost level to the ground. Any way you put it, I got to get to where God has me to go. I got to get there, because it's my assignment is really what I'm chasing. It's not the call, because as they say, many have been called, but only a few have been chosen in that regard. So it's the assignment that we all are chasing. Yes. It's not nothing else. It's not the money. It's not the title, because you can have good money and still not be happy. You can have a title and still not be happy in that regard. But where's your assignment at? That's the real domineering question for everybody that's walking the face of the earth, I believe. Where's your assignment? Where is it? And you will know if you are out of place where God is concerned with that assignment, because there will be no provision there. There will be no provision. There will be no money in that regard. So yes, the doors will get slammed in your face if you are out of place. It's just that simple to me.
That's amazing.
Amen.
Yeah.
Look, you just spoke the word. I really feel that a lot of times we forget that, I have a different perspective now.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being cut.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I'm okay with being sharpened now.
Yeah.
Because I know the benefits of what's going to happen afterwards.
Absolutely.
But sometimes you have to go through that first to really appreciate the cutting, appreciate the burning, appreciate some of the eliminations, of friends, so-called friends we thought were friends that weren't really friends. Really, you know, you don't find that out till later, like, whoa, I thought you had my back. But when you reach another success, sometimes when you elevate, you can't take other people with you to elevate with you because they're not, they can't breathe up there. You know how the breath, you know, is atmosphere is different when you elevate, and you can tell it's like you got to let them go, right? So I feel that right now, what we're talking about right now. I think somebody is receiving a word, receiving some answers. Wow, totally amazing. You know, sometimes we have to embrace that, and we have to take that. That's the full armor of God. That's put it all on.
How about that?
You know what I mean? And when you research that, you know, you really walk bold and confident, right?
That's exactly right. You don't have a choice in the matter.
Absolutely.
After a while, as I said, you know, you come to that place. It's that moment that you have, that defining moment that has really come to refine you rather than define you.
Wow.
In that regard. And after you have been refined, there is no limit to you at that point.
Yes.
After you have been refined, there is absolutely no limit to you at that point. I have a book, if I could say, Lekeisha, that's coming forward called Unplugged Potential. And what that means is there is absolutely no limitations to you. I don't care, you know, who left, who came. There is no limitation to you. The question is, do you really, really believe that? And it comes by way of affirmations. If God says you can do all things but fail, then it is what it is. There is no substitute. It's an absolute is what it is, like absolute as in 100 in that regard. But it's called Unplugged Potential, and what it deals with primarily is behavioral change. In order for a change to come in any kind of way, there's an awareness that needs to come with it. With your show, Lekeisha, I believe that it's about an awakening. It's not just about a change, because I can change, but that doesn't mean I change for the better if I don't practice what it is that I'm hearing on a day-to-day basis. And so what we say within the Life Enhancement Consulting Group and the Life Enhancement Coaching Institute, that everything concerning you is a practice, every single solitary thing. An athlete, everybody in the audience as well as everybody on the panel know that an athlete must practice in order to step into what we call self-mastery. And once you have engaged in self-mastery, it is what it is. Nobody can tell you anything at that point. You already been there, done that, and got the t-shirt, as they say.
That's so true. Wow. That's ministry right there. It's so true. That's when you walk bold. Well, listen, I've so enjoyed this time with everyone on the panel right now. This is Lekeisha Mosley with the Lekeisha Mosley Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Studio audience, thank you so much for being out here with us and tuning in. Appreciate you.
I know it hurt you when you felt this fire. the cross and inquire of him who is filled with mind-boggling holiness, holiness, holiness. The one who returns and causes violence and pain to cease and release peace and reverse the enemy's curse. Enemy's curse. It is not the one who sits in a box with green eggs and ham, but it is the one they call Satan to the curb because he observed the works and became a little smarter and became a nerd and thought he should be the head of the herd. Not the bloodshed of the dead is crying out from the pews, and the glory of the Lord is slowly, 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 slowly departing from the temples, and not just those that are carved by men with the pretty colored windows painted of I am that I am on the outside and inside, but only those that have him painted on the outside who forgot about him dwelling on the inside. It's not the one who sits in a box with green eggs and ham, but it is the one they call Ines. Ines. I am that I am. I am that I am. Oh, it's not the one who sits in a box with green eggs and ham, but it is the one they call Ines. I am that I am. I am that I am. If we remember how God kicked Satan to the curb and we observe the enemy's works and we become a little smarter and we become a nerd and we reverse the enemy's curse. So grip this and don't get it twisted, because I am that I am has equipped us to flip Satan's script and bring it back to God's original script. 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 He sent Jesus to bring it back to God's original script. To bring it back to God's original script. He called you and chose you to bring it back to God's original script. Bring it back to God's original script. I am that I am. Can I be I am that I am in your life today? Can I be I am that I am in your life today? Oh, I am that I am.
When you feel so beaten that you cannot sing, and you feel so broken that you cannot breathe, and you feel so heavy that you cannot see. Oh, I'll be right there with you, just to see you through. And when you feel so beaten, like you'll never rise, hurts your pride, and you feel so lost, like you can't be found. I'll be right there with you, just to see you through, 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 just to see you just to see you through it all. And just because I love you.
Blame. Move the word.
Hold on, Beezy, you might have did some.
Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
It be times I find I'm tired of this.
I've been calling on your name and I've been struggling.
On and on, you see, you be witness.
You hold it down in dark times when I be struggling. Crack the sky and show your face. I've been in these streets for days. Ducking laws can catch a case. I don't wanna get a raise.
I know that it's true, I know it's you. You lift me up.
I've been going through some things. I've been going through some things. I can really feel the pain and I really need to change.
I've been drinking for days and trying to get up out this cage. So much hate in my heart, it's got me mad and in a rage. Needing God, but several blunts laying in my ashtray. If I die today, I fear I'll be engulfed in smoking flames. Throwing hands, I hear I'm always catching the case, causing trouble at home, and I got nowhere to stay.
Judges staring at me, got revenge on my mind. Praying for papers, hoping I ain't signing up for some time.
The drugs that I'm taking have polluted my mind. I need to be refreshed, Lord.
You've been on my mind.
It be times I find I'm tired of this.
I've been calling on your name and I've been struggling.
On and on, you see, you be witness.
You hold it down in dark times when I be struggling. Crack the sky and show your face. I've been in these streets for days. Ducking laws can catch a case. I don't wanna get a raise.
I know that it's true, I know it's you. You lift me up.
My cross break bread with the loss you must deny. Times hard, I cry.
Walking the flesh and you spill will die. You blaming the world, but on me you rely. Swinging the sword, only trust in the Lord. Babylon whore just be coming for sure.
Can't fornicate with a demon. Only got struck down. Go and Google the reason. Sin against God, we've all committed treason. Time to live or die. Prepare for your season. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. I've been going through some things. I've been going through some things. I'm really losing my mind. Give me that kingdom mind. I'm really losing my mind. Give me that kingdom mind.
It be times I find I'm tired of this.
I've been calling on your name and I've been struggling.
On and on, you see, you be witness.
You hold it down in dark times when I be struggling. Crack the sky and show your face. I've been in these streets for days. Ducking laws can catch a case. I don't wanna get a raise.
I know that it's true, I know it's you. You lift me up.
And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
We all finna